Spike Lee has given more African Americans something to do around here in this business than any other person throughout the entire existence of this business. Don't call me Tyler Perry. Don't you consider me a ton of stuff that is on today is coonery and horseplay. We could improve we're discussing Tyler Perry. As of now, I will punch you say something different. That is my solution to Lego. I will punch Tyler Perry, an exploring figure in the realm of movie and amusement, has unquestionably scratched a significant inheritance, as quite possibly of the most productive maker and overseers. Within recent memory, his wonderful profession has been a story of taking off progress and far and wide acknowledgement, yet it has not been without its reasonable part of contentions. One of the most unmistakable discussion encompassing Tyler Perry relates to the depiction of dark characters in his work, for certain laid-out dark entertainers, communicating worries that his manifestations sustain generalizations and present dark people in a one-layered light. I know the harm that the refinement that has been finished through the symbolism over the course of TV and films among the people who have supposedly vowed their qualms about Tyler Perry's work is, in all honesty, the unbelievable and grant-winning entertainer Denzel Washington, a conspicuous figure in media outlets whose basic bits of knowledge and suppositions hold huge weight, adding to a more extensive talk encompassing Perry's inventive result and provoking significant conversations among fans, pundits, and individual craftsmen. The same "I don't call me Tyler Perry, don't you call me Anem" was first Tyler Perry's rising in media outlets is a demonstration of his unprecedented ability and unfaltering commitment he has carefully made an amusement domain described by an extraordinary combination of humor show and engaging narrating, all the while Perry has supported the reason for portrayal in Hollywood, pushing for the significance of displaying assorted accounts on the big screen. At the core of his imaginative portfolio lies the famous person of media, an unyielding power of nature whose awesome character and comedic tricks have charmed her to crowds overall in any case. Even in the midst of his tremendous achievement and prevalence, Tyler Perry's work has started a warm discussion, especially inside the African American population, and among a few laid-out dark entertainers. Pundits contend that specific characters in Perry's collection, most eminently the cherished media, unintentionally build up generalizations and present dark people as silly, feeble, or one-layered figures. Amidst this combative conversation, Denzel Washington arises as a critical voice, past just communicating worries about the generalizing of dark entertainers in Hollywood. Washington has effectively upheld individual dark VIPs who share comparative fears about the business depiction of their local area. One unmistakable partner in this try is the prestigious producer Spike Lee. Spike Lee, a visionary chief, known for his proud way to deal with narrating and his obligation to addressing the dark experience, genuinely has for some time been a vocal backer for expanded open doors for dark entertainers and producers in media outlets. In 2015, during the lead representative honors, Denzel Washington paused for a minute to respect Lee's gigantic commitments. To this reason, in his sincere accolade, Washington State Lee has given more African Americans something to do around here in this business than any other individual throughout the entire existence of this business. For quite some time now, a warmed and continuous fight has been working out in the public eye between two compelling figures in the African American people group: producer Spike Lee and entertainer-maker Tyler Perry. Spike Lee, a spearheading movie producer known for his politically charged works. For example, Make the Best Choice has consistently had confidence in the force of film to resolve squeezing cultural issues. His movies have filled in as a mirror to America's brutal history and well-established prejudice, utilizing a crude and strong energy to stand up to crowds with awkward real factors, while examining the scene of dark craftsmanship. Spiel underlined the significance of individual creative liberty, yet additionally communicated worry about the effect of specific manifestations. He blamed specialists like Tyler Perry for sustaining thoughts he sees as bigoted, while profiting by components of American culture that he considers hazardous. Every craftsman ought to be permitted to seek after their creative undertakings. Yet there is still a ton of material today that is Corey nonsense, Lee energetically contended. He additionally evaluated the dangerous symbolism predominant in Perry's dramatizations, considering it profoundly disturbing. At the core of this hostile fight is a solitary person that has started both reverence and analysis media, summoned into reality through Tyler Perry's surprising acting ability and flawless comedic timing prescription, is a considerable road brilliant old African-American lady. Perry's depiction of media has made a permanent imprint on the universe of diversion enthralling crowds with her sharp-mind early evenings disposition. And clever jokes anyway. Lee, a regarded producer and social reporter, fervently goes against Perry's way to deal with rejuvenating media. Lee sees Perry's utilization of dressing and drag as hindering to the African-American population, seeing it as castrating and offending to individuals of color. In Lee's eyes, this depiction builds up unsafe generalizations, propagating a pattern of pessimistic symbolism that has tormented dark people for ages. Lee's contention rotates around the possibility that dark people have, over the long run, gained a level of appreciation and acknowledgement inside society. He accepts that people with the impact and stage that Perry has ought to employ their inventive gifts to elevate and enable the African American population, as opposed to creating characters that sustain generalizations or use humor to the detriment of their own kin. Lee entreats persuasive figures like Perry to be more aware of the substance they make. Spike Lee battles that the African American people group has taken critical steps in different parts of society, from legislative issues to amusement. This progress, he contends, ought not be sabotaged by characters that, in his view, build up pessimistic generalizations, as opposed to making their very own joke local area. Through their depictions, powerful figures like Tyler Perry ought to saddle their inventive capacities to contribute emphatically to the progression of dark culture. In the meantime, the conflict among Spikey and Tyler Perry typifies a more extensive discussion inside the African American imaginative local area. In regards to the obligation of powerful specialists, on one hand, Perry's allies contend that his work has given pleasure, giggling, and motivation to incalculable dark people, offering them interesting characters and stories that resound with their encounters. They see his prosperity as a demonstration of the variety of dark articulation and inventiveness. Then again, Lee's position features the heaviness of portrayal in media as a crucial feature of social impact. He enthusiastically highlights the significant power that specialists like Perry hold, not simply as makers of amusement, but rather as shapers of discernments and powerhouses of cultural perspectives. In his view, the decision to sustain generalizations or gallantly challenge them is a basic one, reverberating a long ways past the bounds of the screen or stage. This decision comes pervaded with a significant obligation, one that reaches out past private creative liberty, to consider the more extensive ramifications of one's innovative decisions on the texture of our shared mindset, encouraging all of us to take part in a smart and groundbreaking discourse about the messages and stories we consume. And engender this continuous quarrel has ignited an exuberant discussion inside both media outlets and the more extensive public field. Many individuals on the web resound with Spike Lee's viewpoint, sharing his interests about the potential damage brought about by Tyler Perry's work, especially through the personality of media. One individual took to Twitter to offer their viewpoints on this petulant issue, addressing their own anxieties in regards to media and comparative depictions. They said, in spite of being made by broadly fruitful, contemporary dark craftsman individuals of color unfolding dresses for jobs, Tyler Perry's media considers the mass embarrassment and mass cheapening of individuals of color, which forms into genuine lively savagery against individuals of color, and a subsequent individual composed. However much I appreciate Tyler Perry for his enterprising ability, I can't observe any of his media motion pictures. I'm worn out on that poo. More youthful individuals don't understand how long Hollywood has been placing people of color in dresses. And amp blonde hairpiece is enough as of now. Yet notwithstanding the analysis, Tyler went on to protect his well-known media character against Spike Lee's old analysis in a 2022 meeting on HBO Max. With Chris Wallace Perry focused on his persevering through affection for media, and tended to Lee's old analysis that named his media project as Corey nonsense, that played into pessimistic generalizations of the African American population. Tyler Perry, an Emmy Grant-winning movie producer and entertainer, has never been one to avoid contention. He's fabricated a domain in media outlets with media, a person who is cheeky reckless, and proudly herself. Perry's media films have been both commended and panned. Yet he stayed enduring in his obligation to this notable person. Perry's excursion into the